We have 3 bars.
All right, guys.
3 bars of service, it says.
Yeah, it says we have some decent cell service, and it's raining, so we can't go to where we were gonna go to film this. That definitely has better internet.
So hopefully we're not like super glitchy and
let us know
easy.
if it's Glitch Town.
Yeah. Let us know kindly. And maybe we'll just take the phone and go on a walk or something. I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll just stop doing live chats.
If it doesn't work. No, actually, it says we have 4 bars now, so hopefully
4 bars.
Cool.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's in here who saw yesterday's video and commented. Honestly, we were expecting, a lot of just ignorant, asinine stuff that I just wasn't even looking forward to reading at all. And now
we haven't received any of that.
I haven't received any of that. You guys are awesome. So
Hi, Nomadic Bike. How's it going?
What's going on, Nomadic?
Are you cozy, babe?
Not really. I'm sitting on the edge of the bed. Okay, we're gonna get cozy first, guys. Cool.
It's 106. Holy crap, that's so hot.
106 in Austin, Texas right now.
Hey, Bubba. Hey, Sarah. How's it going? We are just hanging out.
It's pretty cozy. It just rained, so it's really nice right now. As long as the sun doesn't come out. Once the sun comes out, it'll get a little humid, but
it's actually supposed to be in the 80s all this next week, which we're really looking forward to. It's going to be kind of rainy, which will be whatever, but I'm honestly looking forward to like a little break from the heat. Hi, Fueled by Green.
Cool. Lots of people
Alyssa.
Here right off the bat. Excellent, guys. Nova Scotia, Canada.
Del.
How are you, Carrie?
Hi, Paul. Yeah, we can't wait to see you in Hawaii as well.
Fueled by Green. Glad you caught us too.
Yep, Nomadic Bike. Got editing software. That's awesome. Congrats.
Alyssa Parrish, cool. Where is it 84 right now? I'm just curious where everyone's coming from.
Yeah.
And if anyone else is in a bus too.
Greenville, South Carolina. Hi, Eric. Just had a rough rain come through a bit ago. Yeah. Rain is a love-hate thing in the bus, I feel like.
Yeah. It makes it cooler, but then we don't get any solar, and
yeah, then we get kind of
it's the whole thing. In Alabama, cool,
sweet,
cool.
Oh, you guys live in a schoolie too. That's awesome. Do you have any leaks in your roof, or are you in tip-top shape?
Leak-proof.
Because we definitely still have a couple.
I always want to seal up the leaks, and right now, as soon as it stops raining, I'm going to today. I promise. Yeah, I always forget about the leaks until it rains again, because it's just in that big thing that pops out in the middle. And they're definitely not holes that we made. It's from the manufacturer. So these leaks would be here regardless, which is kind of shady.
Yeah, a little bit. Did you see this one? Hello from Nova Scotia. That's awesome. Nice. Cool. I hear Nova Scotia and I think about that episode of Friends where he like travels on the train.
Oh, to Nova Scotia? Yeah.
He's like trying not to date someone who's like super far away, and then he ends up meeting the girl on the train that lives in Nova Scotia. I'm sure.
I always just think of like the most western part of that continent, just like the jutting off area. I think that makes me think of Nova Scotia.
Pedro, hello from hot ass Houston. Yeah, I'm sure it's really hot. I heard that this past week was like one of the hottest weeks of the year in Texas. I don't know if that's true or not. Hi, Michael. Cool. Well, what should we chat about?
Well,
do you guys have any questions about yesterday's
These used to be Q&As. And I think we just ran out of questions.
Chatting.
So if you have any new questions, new stuff. Is Zaina feeling better? How's her job? How's
are you asking me these
money?
Questions?
I don't know. I'm asking questions that other people might have. Maybe let's answer those. Start with that. How's the job, babe?
The job is going very well. It's honestly like the best case scenario. The people are great. The atmosphere is great. The money's great. And it's all good in the hood.
It's all great. Been saving money really well to the point where I'm actually going to go in there tomorrow and apply to see if I can get a job there too.
It's just such a great atmosphere. Yeah. And to us, it's just like we want to save as much money as possible. So we're super, super excited about it. But the Buff, if you guys are ever in Boulder, Colorado, come into the Buff because it's an awesome place.
It's a brunch spot. So they close at like 3. 2.
Right.
About the case, I just saw your comment, Eric, about the justice system. we had no idea that so many people were also victims. It seems like everybody has a story, whether they know somebody or they were a victim themselves in one way or another, about just being wronged by a system that's supposed to be there to make sure everything's right, like justice, the word justice. So it's been kind of eye-opening to us to just to hear from you guys about kind of the crazy things that have gone on in your lives.
Yeah.
So thanks for that.
It's kind of crazy. I think it's
sorry though.
It's so funny to me because I've talked about this a little, so maybe this is redundant. And hi, Anita. I always planned on becoming a lawyer, like for years. Majority of like the later part of right before I went into life totally on my own, I planned on going to become an attorney, even when I was in college. So to me, to see the justice system unfold as it has is confirmation to me that I made the right decision in going with this lifestyle rather than that, because I'm speaking all weird, because I had a lot of fears. I remember when I was like planning on looking at law schools about like hearing about problems with the justice system, and I didn't know if I'd be able to make a change in that, and it wasn't worth it to like dedicate my whole life to it.
I think it all was with good intent. You want to go into the justice system so that you can represent people that need representation.
Yeah.
But what it ends up being is you become this part of this monster, this machine. And I think, yeah, you absolutely made the right decision.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't know like what can be done to change the legal system in America. It's just kind of like this hot mess. Anyway, hi, Case. I ended up serving 32 days and then I was freed. Serving 32 days and then was freed up after my second public defender realized I was completely screwed by the system.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
That's another thing with this case that's kind of funny, and we're counting our blessings, is that they only went for money. Mm-hmm. That's all they went for. I'm not going to jail. I'm not serving any time or anything. There's no there was actually the legal ramifications were literally a slap on the wrist. Like they just want money.
Yeah.
So if they actually thought I stole that much money, they would have put me in jail, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's weird about it.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
No such thing as good lawyer. Hi, guy. Or hi. Gosh, it's Josh. Have you guys thought about working the super sugar beet harvest for fast cash? Might be worth it if you can get in. I don't know what that is or where that is. It reminds me of Dwight Schrute.
Beet harvest. That reminds me of Parks and Rec and Dwight Schrute. A little bit of both. We've been watching a lot of faux reality shows lately.
Yeah, we have.
Good to see you, Josh. Glad you're here.
Yeah.
You are a bus life, I don't know, just champion, MVP. I see you on so many different bus life channels. It's awesome to see you bouncing around. So,
hello. Hi. How do you pronounce your name?
Jungle prison. Oh, hold on a second. Anita was in a jungle prison for being a missionary.
I've seen you comment that.
Yeah, I think I remember on that video mentioning that. That's insane. And that I know that immediately made me feel better. And putting things in perspective is how we have to do it, and that's something that Zane is really good, really good about. And kind of pissed me off initially when we'd be not in arguments. When I'd be really bummed out or upset about something, she'd be like, "Consider the perspective. Like, you're upset about this, but people are starving. Well, whatever it might be." But then I started to change my mental just outlook, my whole perspective.
It just kind of helps you get through stuff.
And it does. So really, thank you so much, everyone who's been there.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we want to help also, is be perspective in your life. Like, we're super normal. We're down to earth. We get in trouble for stuff we didn't do. You can have a life just like us if that's what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Just want people to follow their dreams. Stop rambling.
Good to have balance. That's exactly right. Mahmoud, where's your family from? My dad's from Lebanon. I'm just curious. I'm sure, you always know when somebody has an Arabic name.
It's like, I loved the new Star Wars movie. Not the new one, I'm sorry. I haven't seen Han, but the Last Jedi.
Yeah.
I loved that movie, and people gave it hate because it got a little too introspective, but that's what I loved about it. It talked so much about the balance. That's what the Force is. It's the balance that exists. There always has to be this equal in between everything. And I love thinking about that now. Like, literally the Force, Star Wars Force that exists in the Star Wars universe. I like to bring that into my world and think about the balance. Like, There's always a balance. There always is. That's what karma is, whatever you want to call it. You know, it always balances out.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. From Damascus, Syria. That's awesome.
Oh, awesome.
I've never been to Syria. Oshkosh, it's Josh, just sued for $25,000 over somebody else biting somebody at my house. Somebody else's dog. Not somebody.
Wow,
that's
man.
Crazy.
Wow.
I hope you get out on top there because that sucks.
Yeah, that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible.
Jinxie, yes, I will check that. I saw that you messaged, but I was at work for 10 hours today and literally just got home, so I will check that.
I've heard 3 people now say Solo was awesome, so we're gonna go, including you, Captain
Where
Case.
Can we get?
We're gonna go on Tuesday. Tuesday, the theater right here does half off, $5 movies.
In the evening?
Or not half off, it's $5 movies all day, all day.
Okay, we should definitely do that.
Yeah. Movies are so expensive now, guys. It's stupid. Do you remember? I remember when I was a kid, we used to go to $2 matinees on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And now, are you kidding me?
Definitely. I know it's so
like
expensive.
$50 going to the movies.
Because
you just watched it last night on Netflix, Nomadic. It's so good. I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed it. My favorite line that I
didn't realize it was on Netflix.
Yeah, I want to like get a plaque that says this. My favorite line from that whole movie is when Rose saves what's his name. I say it all the time. She says, "We'll never win this war by destroying what we hate. We'll win it by saving what we love."
Mm-hmm.
And like that's something I live by now. I'm just like that's it.
Mm-hmm. I love that too.
Anyway.
Because of this, have a story. Yeah, that's so very true. I feel like when we got that verdict back, our initial reaction was anger, I think, and just kind of like, what the hell? And
I was completely shocked.
Yeah.
Completely shocked. Like I
think like I started like going through the trial in my head and was like, where did this turn for the judge? I don't know. I guess I like tried to look into his eyes and like I felt like he was hearing what we were saying, and I guess he wasn't, which is whatever. But yeah, at the end of the day, our whole thing is like we still believe that everything happens for a reason, truly, honestly. Even if it's not your reason or for your life, we believe that things happen for other people's lives. You know, we're all vessels in each other's life, and we don't feel like we meet people coincidentally, or like things don't happen to us coincidentally. We all feel like it's very predestined, which is kind of a new thing. I definitely haven't always thought that, but I think in the past year, especially, I've seen it in my life, and that's just how we live. So we know this was meant to happen this way. We don't know why.
The more you actually break down organisms to what they are systemically, and then think about what you just said, it's really like the most organic thing that you can do, the most organic way of living.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Let's see.
Yeah, I was going to add to that, but I forgot.
Yeah, me too. I smoked a little before this.
Oh man, it was good too. Oh, I will say something interesting, and I'm sure this isn't like relevant to all of you, but I'll say it anyway. So we've seen a lot of like 11s in our life, and I know that's not totally unique. 11s mean a lot of things to a lot of people, but 11s have just like shown up a lot. And if you've watched our videos for this entire year, you'll know about that in the videos. But something interesting about this whole thing is that the judge ordered $11,000, and he ordered it on July 11th. And then the spot that we were parking at in the evening was the first time we'd ever parked at that spot, had like these 4 1s on this sign right in the parking lot that were kind of random. Anyway, I don't know what that means.
We get a lot of 11s. 11's my number. If you go on the internet and type in your birthday, the exact day you were born, you can find out what your number is. Mm-hmm. Like it does this calculation. It's like, well, this is what number you might see in your life more than other numbers, and just it's like this weird coincidental thing. Can't explain it. Obviously, it's outside of my realm of. I'm not even going to try to understand.
Yeah.
But 11s like show up in our lives when everything's going to be okay. It's this weird like comfort blanket from the universe. Mm-hmm. It's pretty beautiful.
It is. Thank you, Anita. That's very sweet. I hope that you do find a medium-sized bus. That's awesome.
Probably going to file bankruptcy, Josh.
Yeah,
we'll see how the process goes.
It's kind of up in the air. I mean, it costs money to file bankruptcy. You know, it costs a couple $1,000s to even go through that process. And to us, on the one hand, we don't have tons of debt. And also the thing with filing bankruptcy with like our circumstance is it doesn't like wipe away that money. Bankruptcy has nothing to do with restitution money. So it would, and it doesn't have to do with student loans. And besides this and student loans, we don't have a whole lot of debt. So we're going to, I guess, wait and see what the process looks like and see if that even be worthwhile. But we also don't plan on buying anything ever again without hard, cold cash. So to us, like a credit score or any of the negatives from filing bankruptcy, like don't matter to us because we're never going to buy outside of our means ever again.
Yeah, it means living in a school bus until we have the money saved to move to the next school bus.
We just trust that like life is going, when we're ready for the next thing, it's going to show up for us, and we're not going to be overzealous and purchase things that are, you know, that's what you're taught in this country, is to like purchase things without.
Only $859 for Jinxie.
That's not bad.
That's good to know. We want to look into it, I think, because we'll see how it goes. I don't know.
We'll definitely let you guys know. We'll let you guys know if we do it. We'll let you know why we're doing it, how much it is, what the process is like, and all of it. Because I think it's something very interesting for a lot of people who are wanting to get into this lifestyle, who've maybe been going on with the societal norm up till now and have accrued debt. And now we're like, hey, I don't want to go into debt. I don't want to have debt. I just want to live a simple life. Bankruptcy is a good option. I'm not saying everyone should, but
we don't care.
I don't think we need to be so hush-hush or like so shameful about the concept of bankruptcy.
This American concept of credit is kind of a disgusting thing that people become a slave to anyway. So that's a big part of living zeal. And we're not going to try and preach on how to be financially responsible because we're not there yet. But maybe there will be a day when we can be examples of how to do things financially. You know, both of our moms actually took financial advice from David Ramsey, who is very wise when it comes to saving his money, spending his money, how to do it. And so, I don't know, both of us kind of...
And his whole thing is like, get out of debt as quickly as possible. Hello, Annette. That's so awesome.
Jinxie asks what this means for Hawaii. This means nothing. Nothing's going to change. Absolutely nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if I can't really say this. Nothing's going to change. Absolutely nothing's going to change. There's no minimum and there's no time limit. There's interest, but I don't care.
Yeah, to us, I think we talked about this, and Chad has said this in the most. It's more about the principle of like, to us, it's not like paying it back as quickly as possible. And if anyone from Westlanders is watching this video, pass this along. It's the principle of like, it's not their money, so we're not going to bend over backwards to pay it. And thankfully, they don't have a limit. Like, they don't have a time limit for you to pay it back. As long as I
pay one penny every month.
Something.
Then
so if it takes the rest of our life to pay half that amount back, then that's what we'll do. Like, this whole thing is ridiculous, and they should have known based on our lifestyle that we were never just going to be like, here's
$11,000. Yeah, right. I wish I actually, at this point, took the money, obviously.
Pedro, simple question. What's y'all's favorite food? Do you want to go first, babe?
Favorite food?
I'm just thinking of something so delicious that I really want to eat.
Bangers and mash has been lately. We've been doing... I really like fajitas. Really like
bus food. Well, let's do our favorite like restaurant food and our favorite bus food. Our favorite restaurant food is Illegal Pete's burritos. I would say that's what we eat.
Illegal Pete's burritos. Because they're
really cheap.
You can get vegan burritos from Illegal Pete's that are like amazing. You really don't feel like you're compromising for anything.
Yeah, they have like potatoes and onions and peppers and guac and like all this yummy stuff.
Yeah, like potato.
Thank you so much. Is that David Lutz? I can't see.
Aw,
thank
David,
you.
You're awesome. I really would. There's so many people I really want to meet from
so true.
From Living Zeal.
Thank you.
It's funny so because like when we have met people, we've been starstruck because we've been wanting to meet you guys. So we're just like, oh my gosh, it's DeSova.
Some of you we might be meeting very soon, and we'll let you know more about that as soon as we can.
Yeah.
Have y'all considered downsizing to a van? I'm about to buy a van and I almost got a bus. We have talked about that. The thing for us is this little fluff pot right there.
Yeah. There's another one too.
If we didn't have the cats, then I think a van would be fine because it's easier. We've talked about this. We would get a 4-wheel drive van, and so that we could like go off roading into the mountains and stuff. But with the cats, it's like it's just not feasible.
We really have the space for right now.
It wouldn't be fair to them to
at some
keep
point.
them in a
We talk about coming back to the States after living in Hawaii. We talk about coming back and just getting a van, like the 4-wheel drive thing, and going all over the country.
All over the continent.
Going to Alaska and
South America
and Canada, Nova Scotia.
Thank you. What is this? I don't know.
What? Oh, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Those are awesome.
I don't know. It's not showing.
Fur babies are important. They're kind of the most important thing.
Dun, da, da. Sorry, we missed a couple.
Let's go through some comments. Stick with us, guys. Don't leave. We're reading. I know it just looks like we're staring at this, but play some Jeopardy music or something.
Real quick, I don't want to go into the details of this for this whole thing, but someone asked, what is the average manager's voids versus yours?
Well, the thing was I moved up from server to bartender, then to manager, so I had like all three. I worked as all three, and people knew my numbers. So
it's just a quick.
It depends, you know. Like the general manager, they gave his total numbers, and they were only like $400 less than mine for the month. This is a biased story, which is why we didn't tell it in court, and why it doesn't really matter. But I'll tell it to you guys because it's true. When I first started working there, it was probably like the first or second week, and I needed something voided, and I couldn't find a manager. And another server, I guess I shouldn't say her name, another server was like, oh, just use this number. And it was Chad's number. And I just put it in, and it was legitimate. I wasn't trying to steal. I was just trying to void something off. People didn't even know it was my number. They just thought that 136 was like the number to void stuff.
Yeah.
Like the magic number.
So when all this happened, like Chad and I weren't even together, and we're talking about it. And I was like, people even gave me your number to use. And I wasn't doing it. And it was okay. All legit. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway,
but anyway, yeah, not that much more. They were more because my number got abused a lot, and I was a server bartender manager. But if you look at the month that they gave us, the facts, it wasn't that much more, like $400.
Yes. David Stone.
It's funny though because the paper said if I don't pay, that they'll waive my taxes.
Thank you, David.
For one, which I just laughed at. It's like, yeah, go for it. And the other one was income. Just like, okay, guys.
Yeah, sorry, I was just reading this comment from David Lutz. Yeah, all we'll say is we have an East Coast thing planned for real. We've always been for real about it. We just didn't know the details. So when we nail that down, we'll let you guys know where we're going to be, figure out how we can do meetups with as many of you as possible, and do it up.
I do want you guys to know, any donations, any money that we receive on Patreon, none of the money that we get from Living Seal or any of this will ever go to pay back these people. Don't ever think that. And that was one of the first thoughts I had when we made the video yesterday. Was I don't want people to ever think that we're going to use their money to pay back these.
I mean, we're literally going to pay such a small amount. Like, it can accrue interest.
If I could pay a penny a month, I'm going to pay a penny a month.
Yeah.
It can accrue interest for the rest of my life. I don't care.
Okay. Claw, thank you for being here.
Yeah, I know.
Hello, Ray Ray.
Ray Ray, hey.
Yeah, Chad, I'm sorry you had to find out what our legal system really is. Yeah, it's a hot mess.
You have hope.
Case got me excited for you guys on Hawaii. Yeah, we're so excited about Hawaii.
Stoked. We're honestly really excited about coming out east too.
Oh yeah,
that's going to be the future is so bright for Living Seal. We're so stoked.
We're just in this phase in our life, and I know so many of you guys are experiencing that too. We're in this phase where it's kind of the calm right now, and we're just saving money, and we have a very our daily routine is very, very similar. We're not doing anything super crazy. We are thinking about going up to Estes to go do this awesome hike in Rocky Mountain National Park to film for you guys. Maybe sometime this
Friday,
week.
Saturday's videos will be beautiful Estes Park.
But mostly we're just
right. I hope it goes to beer.
Hanging out here.
That's funny.
But we have lots of cool things planned, and we're super excited for Hawaii. Like, I wake up, I go to sleep every night with the intention of dreaming about Hawaii.
Exactly.
Hey guys, you know what brought me here? We're so live right now. Oh, that's funny. That was Chad's idea. I was like, what should we call this? Hello from Maine. Cool. Hello, Jason. Hello, Harold. That's so sweet, Claw. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we can't wait to meet
your
you
family too.
We really can.
We're still
Ray, I don't know how we haven't met you, man. You're only like an hour from us.
We're trying to figure out how, if we can get that beer for you, Jinxie. Every time we go to the liquor store, we always look to see if they have it, and so far we haven't been able to find it, even in Boulder.
Which one she said, but it's the Boulder Brewing Company.
Yeah, I have it written down in my Facebook thing, or in my on a notepad on my phone.
Colorado is, if you like craft beers, Boulder in particular. I'm actually not even Boulder in particular. All of Colorado is basically one big craft brewery, and you can't go wrong. You can kind of throw a stone and hit a brewery out here. And Boulder beer is Boulder beer or Boulder Brewery.
Boulder Brewing.
There's like 300 and some breweries.
Boulder Beer Company.
That's where we met. We worked at a brewery. That's what this place is.
Really quick, Harold just said, Zaina, how's work going? I already answered this earlier, like at the very beginning, but just to answer it again. It's going really well. I feel like I'm in the groove of all of it now, and it just kind of seems like the norm. And I also know it's not forever. So some of the downer sides, which really aren't that many, but some of the downer sides, I'm just like, hey, this isn't going to happen forever. So just deal with it with a smile, and then eventually
it'll be over. You came home today from work, like smiling, chipper.
Really?
Yeah, you were really happy today. You said it was a great day.
It was a great day.
Place to work.
It was tiring, but it was
great. You made good money. I mean, the money's really well. I mean, we're saving
pretty quickly,
faster than we thought we'd be able to.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty awesome. I live in Iran.
Oh, I love this question.
We don't have freedom. Wait, baby. I was a rapper 2 days ago. They closed my studio and beat me to death. No freedom speech, noting we don't even feel being human. So please live for us too. Absolutely. I'm so sorry that you dealt with that.
That's insane. If you guys get a chance, read that comment.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's for sure.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
All right. Sorry. What would be your job if you were born 150 years ago?
What year would that be?
It's funny because, like, my job, everything, I thought about that because everything that I love is kind of modern technology, like photography and I guess music. I could have done something with music, but I don't know if that was a competitive field back then.
I would have been an explorer, and I would have wanted, I don't know how long ago when, I don't know. I feel like it would have been fun to, this is definitely more than 150 years ago, but I feel like it'd be fun to like create maps, like places that you explore and then, a topographer, and create maps of like places, share with people.
That would be very cool. Like Lewis and Clark.
Yeah.
That would be very cool to be a topographer. I was kind of thinking about that actually, a topographer or something along those lines. But I don't know, probably something with my hands. I'm not really sure, but it's a really good question. Actually, I would have gotten into art in one way or another. I have a feeling, whether it be music or like painting or something like that. I think I would have tried to make money like that and lived very minimally. But that also is kind of crazy because you think about 150 years from now, because the jobs that we have now are all based on things that were created so recently. Like, so that means that in the future, there's going to be a lot of jobs that are created from things that we have no idea about, which is kind of cool to think about, I guess.
I assume it's pronounced Nadir. First of all, this is another great example of perspective and how crucial perspective is, because sometimes, we compare our circumstance to other people dealing with the legal system in America. But you're right. It's such a crazy thing comparing our outcome with the legal system with people who don't even have a legal system for anything. Like, for some people in other countries, there is no shot at fair, even though maybe there isn't here either. At least there's the opportunity for it. In other countries, it's just dictated,
Yeah.
So thank you for the perspective, and hopefully we'll meet you someday. Jinxie, Chad, I need your recommendation on a bigger version of the fuse block. I got the one you have, and it is way too tiny for our 800-watt panels. And
yes, it would be for sure. Well, I guess it depends on. Yes, it would be. If that much power is going into it. Your best bet is just type in how much power you have going in and type in 12 volts into your Amazon search bar, and they usually pull up like the power size that you'll need depending on how much you're actually trying to run. So if you have 800 watts coming in, and then figure how much what you're gonna hook up to the DC fuse block and how much power you're gonna need going off of it. Amazon's kind of the way to go. They guided me in the right direction.
Thank you so much, Pedro Guzman.
Oh, awesome!
Just donated $50.
No, that's the way to go.
He said for dinner from my wife and I. Enjoy.
Oh, thank you so much. What are we gonna have for dinner? You want to go get pho?
That is so insane.
Let's go get some pho. I think we're gonna go either get sushi or pho now, because that's what I was really wanting.
Oh
secret,
God,
but we didn't have the
so
money.
Nice.
That's so awesome. Thank you.
So nice. Thank you so much.
All right, let's see. That's really cool. Thank you so much.
Mahmoud Al-Shami just became a $3 patron. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Really, thank you.
Thank you. We're going to send you a copy of Bus Life Stories, even though it's for the $5 patrons. We just made that for the tier. We'll send that to you as well.
Mahmoud. Read it. It's great. So recommend Rocky Mountain National Park hike Sky Pond. That was our hike.
That's the hike we're going to go on.
That's our jam. That's the one that we were going to get married at the top of.
That was the first hike in Rocky Mountain National Park Chad and I ever went on. I had gone on it once, but I didn't get to finish the whole thing because of a thunderstorm or something. So when we did it for the first time, we went to the top. It was amazing. And then, yeah, we planned to get married there, but it was too snow-packed in May and nobody had the money for snow boots.
Yeah.
Or like not snow boots, but like snow shoes to like shovel
That's
through.
what we're gonna do this week. So Friday and Saturday, you're gonna see us going on a 10-mile hike to Rocky Mountain National Park.
That's amazing. How cool.
You guys
Tarek, my little brother's 56. On here.
Hey Tarek.
My Tarek.
Glad you made those fajitas the other day, man. Those looked great. Those looked like they turned out awesome.
Everyone, if you want to say hi to Tarek B.
Life in a Bus just got on. What's going on?
Just sitting here listening. Hello,
moved.
Rita. I hope you're having a great day.
We'll chat about that eventually.
Catch Ray if you can. Life in a Bus. Hey guys, just got back from a disc golf tournament to see you guys are live. Woo!
Nice, second place.
That's awesome.
Congrats, Ben. That's awesome, man.
Cool.
Wow. Maybe we shouldn't play disc golf together.
I know.
We'll have to I'm gonna get you really drunk first, then we'll go play disc golf.
No worries, Nevi. Thank you so much for being here. Heat Seeker Bus, hello.
Nevi, what's going on, man? Your videos have been on point lately. I've watched a couple today. I'm just sitting here being lazy.
Where? Sorry, these are like flirting around so fast.
Let's see. Oh, you want to read?
Glad I found your channel. I've been thinking a lot about saving to buy a shorty and convert it. I used to work in Lafayette, Colorado. Craft IPAs and the post brewery has bomb food. Actually, I had a friend that started working there. We've never been in there.
Which place? Hot 13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have really good sours right now too. I really like Hot 13. Yeah, the craft beer scene's really good out here. And what else was I going to say?
Everyone's saying hi to Tarek. That's awesome.
Tabby just freaked out. It's like she had one of those dreams, but she's like
Lynches.
Wakes up. Yeah.
Hi, Amy.
There's so many conversions in Colorado. It's unbelievable. I mean, in the parking lot we're in right now, there's just a rotating fleet of vans and no buses. We're the only bus around here.
Yeah, van life is like insane here.
Van life is so big.
It's
crazy.
We were parked on the side of the road at this spot near the YMCA not too long ago, and I think we counted like 7 van conversions like parked on this one street. It was insane.
Yeah, it was
nuts. Tristan, thank you so much. I really appreciate that comment. That's amazing. Thank you.
Life in the Slow Lane. I want to meet up and play some disc golf too. We really want to
Is that our thing, guys? Are we going to be a disc golfer?
I think here's what's going to happen. We're going to move to Hawaii, get this land,
and we're going to
make a disc golf course.
There you go. Yeah.
Anyone's welcome to come stay.
We already have Lanessa and Life in a Bus shipping their buses over.
Ship their bus over and play disc golf. I really hope you guys do though. Life in a Bus. I know you've talked about it seriously, and that would be awesome. No pressure.
Have you been to Beat Lake? Cool. We'll have to look into that, Rita.
Amy, I'm glad you caught us. I saw your comment, and we didn't get a chance to comment back and tell you what time it would be today, but I think pretty sure she asked what time our live stream was.
Well, Tarek, my little brother, guys, just commented on here saying, I could never do bus life, but I think it's awesome they do it. I hope to visit them again. To each their own, but you're only 16, my man.
Yep.
Who knows? Once you pay rent,
life for a while.
Yeah, once you pay rent for a few years, then come back to me and we'll talk about converting a bus with you if you're so interested. Just kidding.
For real.
But you really do whatever you want. I'm just joshing. Hello, All American Grandpa. We're fantastic. I was a little tired. Honestly, I've been yawning at the beginning of this, and now I'm like pumped with energy. You guys did it to me. Can we see the parking lot? Sure. You want to see the parking lot?
I think it is Indiana Jones. She doesn't even realize.
There's no.
I don't think there are any conversions here right now. I might have spoke too soon.
Well, I don't know if there are any conversions in today's parking lot, but there were a couple of days ago, and
there will be in like 20 minutes.
This is the parking lot. Lots of trees. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me show you guys out the window because it's a really cool view. Oh, wait. I just remembered that you can't see the mountains from there, so never mind. But you can. We just had to.
Adventure.
Yeah, we had to move the bus because we were blocked from solar.
That happens a lot. There's a lot of trees, so.
But where we used to be parked, where we were parked 2 days ago, we had like an awesome view of the Flatirons right there, which was awesome.
We have not done. Welcome.
This place is, oh crap. Sorry, I moved the phone, so hopefully the reception didn't get bad. But yeah, this spot has really great reception.
It's been really good to us. Boulder's been really good to us this time around.
Boulder has been so amazing to us. And I can't believe we have 62 of you in here.
I know, that's awesome.
Thank you. If you all want to like, so that this video, this live stream gets out to more people, this is the most amount of people we've ever had on the live stream. So that's awesome. Thanks for being here, guys. Yeah, I like parking lots with trees. So do we. There's nice grass around here that we can take the cats out to. We usually take them early morning before any dogs get to the park, and then late in the evening while all the dog owner people are gone.
Hello, Canada.
We've also met a lot of people car camping.
We have, yeah.
In Boulder.
Do you use Google Earth to find spots to stay on? Asks Chef PJ if you're. We have tried that and realized that it's not as up to date as we'd like. Like, we found places that we thought would be great, and then it turns out they're actually built and developed and weren't great. Mm-hmm. But it is good for finding industrial spots because industrial areas seem to be the best places to stay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Google Earth is a great resource, but not like 100% reliable.
Bye Nadir, bye Tristan. I think you're leaving. Thank you for being here. Bye Harold.
Like 16 likes. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice. That's amazing. Hello, Morgan. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. Like the video, people. It helps them. It does. Thanks, guys. We've been getting so many likes on our regular videos, and I know it's all of you guys just crushing it, and I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Ben and Stacy. Love my Sublime tee. I've had that tee since Sublime was a band, and literally, I've had that tee since like 1998.
Thank you for saying that, Ben and Stacy. You know, with the Soul Chats, I want you guys to know, the 56 of you that are in here, that the main reason for Soul Chats is because we want to make more videos, but we just don't. I mean, this shift today was 10 hours long, and I'm working like 5 of those a week. So, Tabby, please don't jump out. So the Soul Chats are a way for us to put a video out there that doesn't have to take a lot of time to edit. And I got a message last week from somebody who's actually in this chat right now saying that they're not interested in the Soul Chats and they're going to kind of just step away with the Soul Chats, but I know that you've watched other videos, which is totally fine.
So we're doing them on Wednesdays, like Wednesday's always going to be a Soul Chat. Friday and Saturday is going to be like our Bus Life vlogs.
Yeah. So
you don't have to watch it. Just like Roll With It does that Friday news. I'm sure not everybody watches that, but they know what to expect.
Yeah. To us, it's just like, I don't know. It's like get my thoughts out there about something. And anyway, hope you guys like them. And if you don't, sorry. Cool. Zero Fox given off road. That's a hilarious name, by the way.
If you haven't seen Life in a Bus's goodbye video. Oh, Tabby's trying to escape.
Tabby.
It's hilarious. Ben, your acting is fantastic. And I love the best part about that, though, is at the end of the video, you show like the behind the scenes of you like splashing water on your face and stuff. And that's brilliant. It was so good. No, I really love that video. That was super funny. I was laughing out loud in the bus by myself with the cats this morning.
Oh man, I haven't seen that yet.
It's a good one. I'm excited to see what you guys do when you get the bus together and you're traveling. And
if you guys don't watch Life in a Bus, please go check them out. I just watched one of their videos on Facebook the other day of Ben playing ukulele and Gabby singing.
That's in this video.
And is it? That's awesome.
That scene is in this video.
She has such an amazing voice, like super beautiful. And I already knew that Ben was great at playing ukulele and lots of other things because you expressed it to us and I've seen it in videos. But I didn't really know that Gabby had such an awesome voice. Yeah. She's so beautiful.
So cool. You guys should do live streams so we can come on there and just praise you rather than having to do it on ours.
I know a little English, Brawley.
Glad you guys are liking the soul chats. We really want that to be kind of the core of Living Zeal. You know, we want to have something soul, something that really grounds you guys to us, and we think we can do that with the soul chat. So also if there's something that is touching your life that you would want us to talk about, or something that you
do you guys have any? We're at 41 minutes here, so we're gonna keep going as long as it's cool with you guys.
As long as we have above 40, I'd say.
If you guys have any ideas for soul chat ideas, oh my god, I don't even know words right now. Let us know right here, and we'll make a video about it.
Or Living Zeal contacts, all that good stuff. So, okay, let's see here.
Some transformation lately that soul chat helped. Oh my god, that's great, Case. I think that the soul chats get less views than all of our other videos, but I also feel like I get the best reception. Our cat is being so weird right now.
Super cute.
Should we show them?
That's Akina. I don't know if you can see her, actually. Might not be able to see her. It's hard to aim a computer. I'm not very good at it. Sorry.
But I feel like
people are just leaving.
They're like, no thanks, I don't want to see your cat. Yeah, I feel like I get a lot of really awesome comments from the soul chats of people being like, I needed to hear that or whatever. So to me, if 5 people watch it and all 5 of them it was beneficial, then we're just gonna keep doing it.
I encourage people. I want more people to watch.
Thank you, David Lutz.
West Coast Wandering. That was what I wanted to blow up. That video. I made an hour and 10 minute long movie called West Coast Wandering, and cat's being weird. So ornery. I'm sorry.
Tark, when do you guys want to meet again? P.S. My watch works again. I will text you after we get off or call you, but
we'll figure out a time to meet up again.
Yeah.
I also might be meeting up from Gabby with Life in the Bus if she's in Boulder, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
on Monday. Oh, wait, that's tomorrow.
What happened to Chad's hair? Oh, man. You got to catch up. It's been a while. So I cut this off for the wedding. I'm going to grow it back out again, probably.
By Heat Seeker
Bus. Metal hair.
Yeah. This is a shame. People are missing out. Like you talking about keeping this mental image of your end goals and that helping to stay focused. Yeah, I think so, too. Honestly, an interesting analytic on YouTube is watch time. What? I don't know. You can get rid of that. I don't think that's beneficial. Is watch time. And whenever I watch YouTube videos, always stick around for the whole thing, unless it's just terrible. I'm almost always watch the whole thing. And I like vlogs, but I really like topic videos. If you guys like the soul chats I've been making, a channel called High Vibe Tribe is a really good one, and she makes a lot of just sit down videos on like the law of attraction and stuff like that. And I really enjoy those. That's why I'm trying to replicate that on our channel. But
I think you do a good job, babe. I really enjoy them.
Who's this? Seize the day. We're
gonna have to block you, man.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
But you're being weird.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a 7-week-old kitten. That's awesome.
That's awesome. I want to see your kitten.
Gorgeous.
I love kittens. I really love them.
BGST Florida. We're going to be in Florida in a couple months. East Coast and Florida. So
Florida's a whole different
maybe we'll
thing.
be through Neptune.
It doesn't count as the East Coast. It's like it's Florida. Just joking. Florida's the East Coast.
Maybe Life in a Bus. I will message Gabby on Facebook either tonight or tomorrow morning. I work tomorrow, but I'm off by like 3:30, so I'll have to see if they're going to be in Boulder. And if we can meet up, then we'll meet up. If we can't, then we can't. And we'll meet up again in the future.
Yeah. We'll definitely meet in the future. Jacksonville, Florida. Cool. We're going to have I think we're going to spend a decent amount of time in Florida because that's where her dad lives. So we'll definitely meet up with a bunch of Florida people.
Yeah, definitely. I actually haven't really, I lived in Vero Beach, Florida for almost 4 years. And I haven't been to the west coast of Florida ever. So I think since we're going to, oh wait, I'm not going to give away how we're going to be doing stuff.
Morgan.
Never mind.
Says she'd love to see some vegan bus-friendly recipes.
Would anyone else like to see vegan, veggie, bus-friendly recipes?
I'll tell you what we do on the bus.
I'll make them for you.
We don't try to like get crazy, like and make crazy vegan recipes. What we do is just make regular stuff that's vegan, like
bangers and mash.
Mashers and veg is what we're calling today's dinner, which is just where I make mashed potatoes, make some really good vegetables, and we just eat it.
We just use some soy milk, some vegan butter, salt, pepper, spices.
Vegan butter is a key.
Blessings.
Soy milk, yeah. You can get the same ingredients, and I mean, we love making fajitas. We love making, like bangers and mash. We love making all sorts of different crazy pastas and stuff like that. Yeah, pesto just without cheese.
The thing is, Chad and I love food, and I personally think we're both really good cooks, and we really can't wait until we're super happy with what we have now, with our kitchen being very primitive, but I won't say we can't wait. We can wait, but I'm excited for the future when we build the Georgia house and we have a more, I guess, normal kitchen situation, bigger water supply, stuff like that, so that we can do meals that are a little bit more in depth because we love to cook. And
we do. It's a big, when you live
super simple.
I'm sure you guys know. I mean, I think this is a human trait. I don't think this is something that's just we're rare to. I think when you have all the time in the world, so to speak, meals become an experience. And when you have somebody else to cook with, it really becomes an experience. And it's not even as much about the food as much as it becomes about the food, but it's about that community. It's about that bond and that doing something for them and just the love and just making meals and eating them together on the bus is such a big part of our life that it's
Michael Peel said only if I can substitute meat. Yeah, sometimes Chad will. I think that all of our recipes can easily be made however you want them. So how we would do things is Chad would make something, and then if he wanted to add either dairy or meat to his, then that's what he would do, and I would just eat the base of it. But it's always delicious, it's always healthy, and I love it. Rita says Eamon and Beck have lots of recipes. Yeah, I watch every single one of Eamon and Beck's vegan van life recipes, and I'm very motivated to try them all. Have you guys heard some talk about an epic bus convoy to Alaska next year? Would you do that? Well, our bus isn't going to be here, but we would come back and rent something and drive up.
We really want to do a convoys like that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we want to do meetups, and I think I still get questions about people being like, why the heck are you moving to an island in your conversion? We just I don't know. I feel Hawaii calling. That's really all I can say.
We're going to come back to the States and do all sorts of crazy, awesome stuff too, but we also have a feeling that we're going to meet a really cool community over there that's unrepresented on YouTube. Because we know that people are doing it there. We just don't see that many channels that are about living in a van or a bus in Hawaii.
Yeah.
But I know that they're out there, and we're going to meet up with those people as well. And hopefully, like we've already said, people like Lanessa and Life in a Bus will be out there with us eventually. Okay, we got some comments to catch up on.
The Ginger Bus Adventures. Hello, Alaska is mind-blowing. Yeah, if you guys don't watch the Nomadic Movement, which you probably do if you watch our videos, seeing their photos on Instagram and then their videos has been really cool, particularly their Instagram. Like, what I've seen in Alaska just through them is so gorgeous.
Alaska's so pretty,
it's just like mind-boggling.
It really is. I would love to do Alaska. Let's see. Morgan, I think it's a great way to show love. I mean, it depends on the person's love language, but I don't think there's anything. I think love is a verb, and cooking and doing things for your loved ones, little things that they'll appreciate. You know, like Zaina does stuff for me all the time, every day. She knows I hate doing dishes, so she'll always do the dishes. And this morning, I know she hates getting up out of bed super early.
So having to I can't get out of bed unless I
the alarm. I got up 5 minutes before the alarm went off, and the alarm went off at 5 a.m. So I got up at 4:55 and made tea for her today because I don't know. That's how we do it on the bus. It's like it's not. And it's not like we're keeping score or anything like that. It's just like if you love the other person, you show that you love the other person. Yeah. And that's what meals become. Like she cooked last night, I cooked the night before. Mm-hmm. And it's just like this whole beautiful thing that's this unspoken love language. So for the idiot who is commenting about questioning our marriage, you have a lot to learn. I'm sorry.
Also,
so
get out of here.
Get out of here.
Have some never thought I'd live on an island, but here I am living the dream. The Wandering Dragon Bus. Where do you live?
Mm-hmm. I've seen you mention the island a couple times. Like, are we gonna meet up with you? Where are you at? Can you get homesick for a place you've never been? I think I got it. Yeah. I think you can.
BGST Florida said, "Are you permanently moving?" We aren't permanently doing anything. We're just moving to Hawaii. I mean, we're going through a lot of steps in order to move there. So we're definitely not going there with the intention of being there for 6 months and then moving us and the cats back. We're planning on being there for a while, but that doesn't mean we're not going to leave Hawaii and come back to the US to travel or travel other places. It's just, I don't really know how to explain it, but I feel a calling towards Hawaii, and this lifestyle, it enables us to go for what we're feeling drawn to. So that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
And I don't know where we'll end up.
Well, it'll be a base. We'd like to think that in 10 years from now, we'll have multiple bases set up all over the world, which is just being a little plot of land that we can have a little house on, just a tiny house or something along those lines. Mm-hmm. We don't know what the future holds. We're just taking it, trying to follow our hearts and trying to follow, the signs of the universe, where we're supposed to be.
But I mean,
whatever you want to call it, God, universe, whatever you want to call it, we're trying to listen to that divine voice in our heads that's saying, here's what you need to be doing.
I will say, though, our goal is to get land in Hawaii and be able to create something that enables you guys to be able to come to Hawaii too. We don't know what the details of that would look like, whether it be like an Airbnb type of situation or something, but
we'll see.
We don't know.
Yeah, I have been there, you ask. I've lived in Maui for a year. So I'm very familiar with the lifestyle, what it's like. Everyone's always worried about how much it costs, but it's like, well, what do you spend your money on? We only spend our money on food. That's it. And we plan on living on a farm.
And eating lots of fruit. We plan on eating
produce from the island.
Yeah. We don't plan on buying, we're gonna change our diet to what is the most abundant there. And
we're not gonna have rent and stuff.
Yeah, we've looked into this a lot. This is not an impulsive decision. We know people who live in Hawaii. We've been researching this and thinking about this far before we have ever even met each other. So we're not really super concerned about being surprised by expenses. We're just going to continue to live frugally, just like we do here.
David Lutz, don't buy land near the volcano.
HD.
Unless it's cheap.
HD John K, let us know. Message us or send us an email on livingzealcontact@gmail, and we'll see what we're doing whenever you're in Boulder. We'd love to meet up too. Do you ever plan on coming to Maine? Yes, Maine is one of the number one. It's in my top 5 United States.
That's going to be our second destination on our East Coast trip.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yeah, California is awesome. We loved California too, and it had that same sort of vibe to it. I think there's something about being secluded on an island that really appeals to us. I am a huge introvert. I mean, you guys should see me at work. If anyone from work's watching this, which they probably aren't, I don't talk to people really. I kind of stick to myself and do my own thing. Chad and I have lots of friends that live in Boulder that we always think we want to hang out with. But when it comes down to it, we end up just chilling by ourselves because
everyone works or goes out and gets drunk. And we are so out of that scene. Yeah, we see all of our friends. You know how it is. I know everyone who has Snapchat sees all their friends the day after, out at karaoke or whatever, and that's the same for us. But we're just
We just rather be in the bus hanging out.
Like 8 or 9.
Literally, we love to make dinner in here. We love to watch The Office or something funny, and we love to just hang out.
Yeah.
But that being said, when we do meetups, we want to meet you guys. It's just in our normal day-to-day, we end up sticking to ourselves. So going to not a deserted island, but going to an island is very appealing for that sake.
It's also just absolutely gorgeous. And I did love California. And
California was great.
It was great. It's just there is something about being out there in the middle of not connected to, I almost said Trump's America. Not connected to America. Continental. Yes,
continental America. There's also something to be said about the amount of people in general. I feel, and I'm sure some of you guys are like this as well, but I feel like I am like a huge empath. So I feel very kind of like drained when I'm around like a whole lot of people or a whole lot of craziness. So the idea of moving to an island that has 70,000 people, not even that live there the entire year. So to be on a whole island with as many people are in the town that we're in right now is very exciting. And pretty much everywhere you go in California, except for maybe like Northern California, it's just so populated. But that's really my only downside with California. Yeah. Otherwise, it was like awesome.
All right. Sorry. Let's see. Tark wants to have another jam sesh. We jammed out a lot when he was on the bus. It was super fun. And I was thinking, it got me thinking. And as you guys were saying, like Michael says, I can't carry a tune in a bucket. And then the Ginger Bus Adventure says, neither can I, but I love music. Music is a universal language that everybody can understand. Not everybody can speak, but everybody can speak it.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a little too hippy dippy, but music is just this beautiful language. I think that truly, can bridge gaps all over the world. And if you can speak that language of music, it's kind of a special ability that you should never squander. And listening to music is then you understanding this language that these people are putting out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm a little hippy dippy right now, but
I interestingly didn't really grow up with a lot of music, and so I don't actually find myself that connected to music. However, something that I've always wanted to delve into more.
Which is fun for me because I grew up in a very Christian home, so I didn't grow up with any of the traditional Beatles or Michael Jackson or anything. It wasn't until I was 16.
Our God is an awesome God.
It was all Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant when I was a kid. But when I turned 16, I really got into it, and now I kind of pride myself on my musical knowledge and taste because I wasn't tarnished. I didn't have a bias. I just liked what sounded good. I didn't care what anyone else said. So because of that, I like all sorts of different styles of music. And I love showing her the different music. It's really fun.
Mm-hmm. It is very fun. I love being introduced to new music. David Lutz, yes. A lot of empaths like Time Alone. Yeah, I just like, I don't know. It's so weird because before we were together, I thought I was such an introvert. Somebody in previous relationships, I always needed time alone, and with Chad and I, it doesn't really seem like that. You are an extension of me, therefore if I'm with you, I'm with myself, kind of.
It's never felt like that. I know the feeling.
You guys like the ICP? What's that?
ICP, Insane Clown Posse? I'm not no, I'm not an ICP fan.
Thank you, Life the Wild Ride. Thank you for that offer. I wonder how far of a drive is it from Pennsylvania to Maine?
Well, we're going to go from Pennsylvania to upstate New York and stay at the lake house. We're going to go from my mom's house to Pennsylvania to right outside of Buffalo, New York, and then from Buffalo, New York, we'll go to Maine.
Where in Maine do you live? I'm going to look it up.
What did Mevy say? Sorry. I got to read the funny comments, guys. Yeah, Tarek, I wish you brought. That's all right. Way up in the car. I wish you brought your Strat too. That would have been fun.
Yeah, would have.
Yeah, well, we've been hearing about these Dave 2D vlogs. I guess we're gonna have to check them out and hop on.
We want him to roast us.
We want him to roast us. It's fun, and I know you know this, and getting on other people's live streams when you have your own channel. Like I've gotten on Nomadics and stuff before, and a lot of you have been like, "Hey, Living Zeal," they didn't receive it very well, but you guys received it really well. And knowing that Dave receives it well in advance makes me want to go on there. You know what I mean? Like when people see the conversation happening in the side stream, some people just ignore it. Yeah, and it's just like, no, I love the fact that you guys
chat.
Channels know each other and all that stuff.
Everyone wants to be roasted by Dave 2D.
I know you're joking about ICP. I was hoping.
That's awesome. E. Whitaker, Southern Maine, 30 minutes over the border. Cool. Good to know.
Born and raised in Pittsburgh. Awesome. Three Rivers. I was about to move to Pittsburgh. Instead, I moved to DC. I was going to go to the Art Institute of Pittsburgh and stayed closer to home. Went to the Art Institute of DC. But I love Pittsburgh. Beautiful city.
I'd love to go to Boston. Boston is my favorite East Coast city that I've been to so far. Big city. So if you live close to Boston, that's awesome. Do you play anything other than metal? I like Metallica, like everyone else, but Eric Clapton. Do you know?
Who? What's that?
I don't know who those people are. We're here, baby.
Yeah, I play everything. I try to play everything. I don't want to limit myself with any genres. You know, I like to play classical guitar. I like to play Spanish. I like to play acoustic a lot, like just folky stuff, like Clapton. Like actually, Tarek's really big into Eric Clapton, and that's who he really emulates. And as I was telling him, I think he's one of the best, if not the best guitarist, musician in history. So I always never try to limit myself. I know tons of different stuff, but metal to me is just kind of like the epitome of where you can take a guitar, as far as what you can do, like with dexterity and technicality and stuff. So metal's just kind of the top, the peak, but I love everything in between.
5016 says, you must be sick still. Your face is really pale right now. Hope you feel better soon. You know what's funny about that? I have a really pale face.
Yeah,
I've always
the white light doesn't help. If I get close to it, it makes mine look a little pale too.
I literally, though, if you saw me, it's not just my face; it's my whole body, except for like what's gotten a little tan, is like white. And I've always been so self-conscious about how like pasty white I am. But I talked about this before. I had to get 2 moles removed this past year because they were like severely atypia. So it's really not good for me to be in the sun a whole lot, which is the only way I'm going to get more color. So I have to find that healthy balance between just being white as fuck and not. So I'm just a white, pale lady.
There's got to be Irish in your blood.
Oh, there's a whole lot of Irish in my blood. A whole lot.
And I have like this Italian, this dark, like mocha, olivey. Yeah,
I wouldn't
so
say
it doesn't
it's
contrast.
mocha.
No, it's not mocha. I was exaggerating.
Okay.
Look at this farmer's tan.
Mocha's not.
It's actually not as bad. Got some. Living on.
My dad is also Lebanese, which the Lebanese people are like some of the most fair Arabic people. So like I have just like fair on fair.
You wouldn't think that. Middle Eastern. Us ignorant, well, amulets. I wouldn't think that they'd be really white. You think that they would burn, but lo and behold.
Look up Eric Johnson. Do you know who that is, babe?
No, but I'll look them up. Thank you.
Up. Porcelain skin. Yeah, there you go. Jinxie. Okay, you know what it's like. I mean, I even have a little bit of makeup on right now. If my face were totally pale, like it would be even more pale than what you're seeing right now. I love BB King. Oh,
BB King, blues musician. Yeah, I love BB King.
Wow,
you gotta love BB King.
I don't know things. I was going
BB
somewhere
King
very
like
different with
can
that.
play guitar so smoothly that it just like that's like his ability is to move between notes with this smooth butteriness that just like makes you melt. I just got chills thinking about BB King. I do love it. I'm gonna listen to some BB King when we get done here.
Already.
You inspired me, Tara.
Half
62.
Greek. That's awesome.
American Grandpa, and I still listen to Ozzy and Pantera.
Well,
we listen to the radio all the time in her mom's car, and classic rock is what they always have on. And I always have to. I don't know if it annoys you, but I'm always educating her.
No, I don't mind it.
And Ozzy's one of those voices that I've tried to get you to recognize.
I recognize his voice for sure.
Let's see.
Bye.
Sorry, we're trying to read. When we just stare at the screen, we're not just being weird, although we are probably being weird a little bit too.
Bye, Life in the Up.
Take care.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that comment, Life in the Up.
In Flames, dude, I love In Flames. Love In Flames. Lamb of God's one of my favorite metal bands. I really like Killswitch Engage, and today I was listening to Every Time I Die. They're not very metal; they're more hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on.
I really like to listen to
so
nowadays, like Al Green and The Temptations, and
she has great taste in music. Like when she hears good music, you know. That's the thing that I love about your ear in general. You're not. It's like this unbiased, untainted ear. When you hear something good, you're like, that's good. And it just turns out it's like Al Green or, you know.
For some reason, I just was never someone to like go seek out new music when I was younger. I kind of just listened to whatever was on the radio. And then as Spotify has become a thing and Pandora, I've kind of like started to make my music thing a little bit more.
If you guys want, I build a lot of playlists on Spotify.
Great playlists.
Yeah, and I have they're kind of funny. Some of them are a little more like
his titles are great.
Yeah, so check out some of my playlists if you want to know like really what I listen to. And I have metal. It's
just Chad Miner on Spotify.
Yeah, slow jams. I have like a lot of different eclectic stuff. Music is life. David.
Love to hear you sing, Jinxie.
Like I was kind of trying to say, I guess with the language of music, it really is life in a lot of ways. Like being able to have that universally with everybody is just really cool. It's awesome.
It is super cool. And I mean, just that like a feeling that it evokes in your whole body is pretty amazing. You know that we're meant to experience music. And I'm so excited for our kids to be able to learn about music from both of us, but from you in particular, because I feel like I didn't really have that in my house a lot. And I think that our kids will be like awesome musicians. Yeah. That's what I
think music from a musician standpoint also creates like a sort of a little bit of immortality, because think about these musicians. Think about Michael Jackson, for example. He will live on forever in his music. Mm-hmm. Tons of people who have passed on that will live on forever in their music. Nirvana, Sublime, some of my favorite bands.
Love Sublime.
They will always, like Sublime, she didn't know that Bradley Knowles was dead and that they weren't even a band anymore when I started playing Sublime for her. She was like, these guys are amazing. How have I never heard half of these songs before?
I had heard some of them, but a lot of them I had never heard. And they're great. They're all great.
And it's just like, he will live on forever.
I also feel like the story of his death, like knowing that when you listen to their music, just like layers.
Yeah, Bradley Knowles. I mean, heroin.
We're literally,
drugs in general are just so stupid, guys. I mean, not all drugs. I can't say that by any means, but the drugs that'll take your life over. Sure. I mean, yeah, like the heroin and meth and cocaine, the big ones that I've seen ruin people's lives. And there's people like behind us sleeping on lawns.
That's what I was saying. I literally just saw someone like literally tweaking out when I was biking home from work. That I was just like, should I like call the cops? Like, are you okay?
It's so sad. It's the opiate thing, I mean, I love a good mind change. I love a good go into the woods and have some mushrooms or something, but there's a time and place for it, and you can't let it ruin your life.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Or at a festival. I mean, Electric Forest, I went 2 years in a row, and all I really remember from it is kind of like the flashing of lights and the sort of LSD trip of it all. But there's a time and a place, Anyway. I digress from Sublime. Mushrooms.
In the 90s, everyone who wrote music did heroin. That's why the music is so intense and so dark. Yeah, true.
Opiates are the devil.
They really are.
If people don't understand how terrible opiates really are, it's an epidemic in this country. The biggest drug problem in America is opiates, and it's opiates that doctors are giving people. That's the issue. Look into it. I don't want to get on a big rant about it, but seriously, opiates are terrible. That's what heroin is. That's what Oxycontin and Oxycodone, Percocets. It's all awful. It's just terrible stuff.
We just smoke marijuana, and like Chad, he used to smoke cigarettes, doesn't smoke cigarettes anymore. We drink beer every once in a while, but that's about it.
Like we said, if the time and place is right.
well, we love mushrooms. Mushrooms are great. I've never done acid, and Chad has, but I'm kind of like mostly just interested in marijuana and mushrooms, and I've only done mushrooms twice, and it's something that we've kind of been like, yeah, maybe once a year or something.
It's an experience, just that mind change. It's really,
yeah.
I mean, I recommend it. Don't overdo it, but try it. It really get you in touch with who you are.
Yeah, and I think the goal of mushrooms is to be able to take that same experience and transport it into sober life. You know what I mean? I don't think you should just be able to access the places mushrooms takes you when you're tripping. Like, you want to pull that in because that's where the magic happens.
Exactly. So I just read Life in the Buses coming. You just saw Blind Melon randomly. That actually would have been a really, really cool show to go to back in 2008. I can't believe that was 10 years ago.
I know.
Pharma, big pharma. People trusted doctors and trust doctors for too long, and then they get them hooked on heroin. And then they can't get their Oxycontin anymore from the doctors, so they have to actually go get heroin off the streets in order to let businessmen who make hundreds of thousands of dollars are now junkies.
Yeah, seriously.
Because big pharma.
Jinxie, never done anything. Yeah, I haven't really done a whole lot either.
That's totally fine. I mean, I hate when people, especially like hippie people who have done everything, and they're like, yeah, you got to do this because you'll never know, like you'll never experience the universe. It's like, no, dude, you're fried, clearly, if you're thinking like that. But
everything's like within reach in like this state. It's just, sometimes you want to like meditate on a thought, and these things help you meditate on it on a different wavelength. But like I believe you're equipped with everything in this state, but also it's the same old thing of like, these things were put on the earth and they have oftentimes these very life-changing effects. I don't think there's an argument to not try things that.
Well, it's always moderation, because opium was put on the earth. It's a plant.
Yeah.
It's a poppy seed that was put on the earth. And people could have used that properly for medication. They did for years. And then they also abuse it. It's always like this, just moderation is the key. I guess that's just the way we're going to wrap up this whole drug conversation.
Yeah.
Moderation, everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't drink and don't drive and do any of this stuff.
Alcohol's the worst, honestly. Like I said, we drink beer, and I love beer. I really do. But, I mean, like liquor and even beer, it's just, that's really the worst.
We don't drink liquor anymore. We just drink beer.
Yeah.
So last time we were drunk, we just weren't proud of who we were.
No, we were just fighting and felt sick and we were just like, blech.
Yeah. And it's like, where's the love? It's like the love just disappeared from our relationship when we were drunk.
Yeah, it was so bad.
I mean, obviously the adverse happens sometimes too, but it was just terrible. It's not worth it.
We just aren't into it.
Yeah. Drugs have destroyed my family.
Yeah, true story.
Me too.
Us.
I mean, alcohol destroyed my family. My dad was an alcoholic. Ran out on our family and drank himself to death. Literally. So.
How's
the weather? That's a good question. I'm trying to lighten the mood.
We're losing people. People are clicking out of the live stream.
It stopped raining, but the sun's coming out, so now I'm getting sweaty. I don't know if I'm sweating because of the topic or if I'm sweating because of it's
people
actually
are
getting
judge
hot.
us. It's all right. Judge away.
Life's crazy, and drugs are that amazing thing that can also be that terrible thing. It's just like, just know yourself before you do something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think also the big thing, just we'll cut it after this, is like, know how something makes you feel. There's one other drug that I've tried that like just made me feel terrible, and I was like, nope. That was when I was like 19. So I think it's always about how you feel about all of it.
Never give in to. The best advice I would ever give anybody who's going to do a hallucinogenic is never do it because of peer pressure. If like you have a doubt in the back of your head, don't do it.
Because you're like,
because then you'll have the worst experience.
Have a question about the universe and see if it answers it for you.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, okay. So, any other questions here?
Yes, David Lutz, agreed. Okay.
Got our solar working for the first day yesterday, and now we have 15 straight days of thunderstorms.
We have literally like 9 days of thunderstorms. We're a little stressed out.
What I'm going to do is I have a battery unhooked from our line, and I'm just going to carry it over to the batteries for the bus and hook it straight up using jumper cables and just keep charging that battery if I have to until we can get the switch. I didn't tell you that yet, but that's probably what I'm going to do for the next couple days. Yeah.
Well, any more questions? Any more topics? I'm honestly getting
hot. Yeah, I love Tool band. Tool was such a good alternative band. They're so great. Perfect Circle's still around. You know that.
Mm-hmm. Babe?
Yes.
I'm really hungry.
Pray for no hailstones. Thanks, Miffy. Really appreciate that. All right, so Zane is hungry, and we just got $50. Thank you so much. We're going to go have dinner, and we're so excited to be able to.
Thank you. Honestly, that was so nice. Sometimes when I'm working all day, I just don't eat, and then I come home, and my stomach hurts because I'm starving, Marvin.
Yep.
All right, everyone's saying goodbye. Thank you, guys. Sorry, I hate to leave because there are 47 of you in here, but I'm, getting loopy. I need avocado and beans.
Life in a butt. Ben, we're going to talk about that.
What?
We're going to talk about that.
Oh.
He's going to be here October 22nd. That's right. Oh, that might be when we're gone.
We could maybe make it happen.
That would be amazing, Ben. I would love to see a Perfect Circle Red Rocks with you. We're gonna work on that.
We're gonna work on that.
Anyway, guys, it's been great. We've had an awesome live chat. 46 of you to finish. That's the highest finish we've ever had.
Seriously, this is
perfect timing.
Best.
There's a car alarm's now going off behind us. So we will see you guys next Sunday.
Bye, guys. See you later. Love you so much.
Shut it.
Eat something? I'm going to go eat something.
Oh.